AV support. We're back live here at the Creative Bureaucracy Festival. We're sort of late in the day, and people are coming and going, and there's a little bit of start and stop to the podcast live stream. I don't think anyone wants to hear me vamp indefinitely, so we took a little pause there, but we're back. And the conversation we just came out of is with some of our leaders in public sector theory, talking about what is the role of public sector, what is the role of private sector, what are the skill sets and the competencies we need to build in government, which leans really well into the next conversation I want to have. And just as we're wandering around here at the festival, the wonderful thing about this event is the collisions and the conversations you have. And I ran into an interesting group, and we've got one of the founders of the group here with us, and they're in a private sector role, but coming out of the university system and looking to solve some really interesting problems here in Germany around the economic struggle of smaller communities, not necessarily the large cities, but the smaller communities, and how there's some interesting service models. So I'm going to hand things over, and I wonder if you could give us an introduction and tell us a little bit about the organization and what kinds of problems you're trying to solve in the world.
Yes, my name is Leo Grammer. I'm the founder and CEO of Heimstadt. What's the problem is actually is also we solve also a problem for the larger cities because we have two problems at the same time. In Germany, we in the larger city, 1 million houses or apartments are missing, and in the smaller, more rural area, we have 2 million houses who are free. And we see, especially for young family, you know, when you have just your wife and you go find a room for, I don't know, just 2 or 3 rooms, this is fine. You can find in this bigger city, also in Berlin or Munich, it's not a problem. But when you have your first child, it's maybe 2 years and maybe the second is coming, it's a huge problem to find something bigger, to give them their own space, maybe something a little bit like a garden or so. It's nearly impossible for, let's say, the average family to get their own apartment, a little bit of space. And on the other side, in the countryside, or let's say smaller town, let's say between 5 and 50,000 people, there's so much space. You have some areas in Brandenburg, for example, where 30% of all apartments and houses are free, or empty, sorry. And in similar situation in Saxony, so the old East German area is especially a very difficult situation. Also some other parts in the north of Bavaria and Rhineland-Pfalz, but especially in East Germany, it's a huge problem. And we try to solve this by bringing the communities, the cities and the families together, because what the cities are have they have beautiful, really beautiful in towns. They have small communities, and on the other side they have very cheap land. You can buy a house for between 20 and 50,000, and then you have, I don't know, 200 square meters, and you can live with your family there. And our ideas, it's one of the main points that families don't do this right now, is that nobody wants to be the only family in a city like, I don't know, Görlitz or Chemnitz or Bautzen and so on. But when you be part of a small community, you will do this because we on our website we don't have this place for one family. We have, let's say, a whole street for 20 families, and each have their own house or their own apartment, and they go there together to be part of a community and to be, to have a better life, but surrounded by other young people between, I don't know, 25 and 40.
So you're really, it's a city building initiative, more of a town building initiative of solving a problem. And I love the example of, it looks like we're short 1 million houses, but really we have a glut of 2 million houses that just appear undesirable to people for reasons that are solvable, which is, I wouldn't be in a community, I wouldn't be by people, we'd be alone in a small town, who would we know? So you're solving both problems, but maybe tell me a little more about how that actually operates. How do you bring 20 new families to a small town? What does that look like?
So we have a website right now, and we do lots of marketing online on different, especially for, let's say, young people, interesting topics, and we do marketing there. And they go on our website, register, and say, yes, okay, maybe my job is in Dresden, and I have to go 1 or 2 times a week to work there. So I can drive, I don't know, 1.5 hour for once a week, and then you register for, I don't know, 2 or 3 apartments or houses. And when we have the critical number, let's say for 20 apartments, we need 25 people because always some people say, no, it's too far away or something like this. And then we show them around, explain this to them, and then they can buy the houses or rent them for 1 year and then buy it. Some communities are more in favor of them. And then you have your own house, and then you can join the city and be part of a community there.
Now, the cliche question to ask anyone in a startup mode is, what's your business model? So I'm going to, we're going to skip over that because I think the business model becomes apparent when you start to look at what does this mean for the town? So this is a town whose business model is property taxes and property taxes for businesses. And if the population starts to shrink, the businesses go away, the residents go away, the property tax goes away. So
and also the income of the mayor go away, because the mayor's income is related to how many people are living there. So the people who we do business with, the mayor and the whole city bureaucracy, they need the people to get their own money.
Won't somebody please think about the mayors? No. So this, who is the customer then, would you say, for you as a startup? Are you selling to the families, or are you selling to the cities, or is it both? How does that work?
So right now the cities are more our customers, because it's when we have the apartments, we don't own the apartment ever. So we just let's say a makler or something like this. But of course, both the cities and the people are our marketers, our customers, because we won't both be happy. But in our ideas, this is not something, who's contradictory. But because the city get new residents, the people get nearly not free, but a very cheap home, and we get a little bit of money. But right now these towns, the cities are paying us, but they do a little fee at start. But after the families actually join the city, join the community, and register in the town and pay taxes, after that we get paid. We get around about 20% of the net income of the city, who's 2,500 euros a year, and we get 20% for 10 years. But of course, when the family is leaving early, then we don't get any money anymore. So the towns can be really sure that we bring people who want to be part of the city for a long time.
Oh, what I love about this is, it sort of solves a problem, because this is a problem that exists in many countries right now outside of Germany. I'm from Canada, and it's a problem that exists in Canada. We want people to come to Canada. There's an enormous pull for immigration to Canada. Everyone wants to go to Montreal. Everyone wants to go to Vancouver, the big cities where housing is at a premium, and Canada says, how do we get people to come to Canada but maybe live in a smaller town with houses to fill and apartments to fill? But you also think about, so you often see in the market where a city will say, well, it's up to us. We're the town, we're the community, we want people to come. But you think of what it would cost a city to build a marketing department, to go and build that website, to bring people in, to develop the expertise, to hire people to operate this program, all to bring 20 families in. And that makes no economic sense for the city. So this is a wonderful deal for the city as well, because they get something of immense value from a team with the expertise to deliver on it, with very little, really almost no capital outlay risk to them. They're not spending money that they have to get something that they need. They're waiting until the problem is solved before they have a cost implication to it.
Yes, exactly. So many towns or small communities, they have a money problem. They could not pay us at advance so much, and this is and they can't create really their own website and so on. This is too complicated for them. And we have some initiatives in local towns, but maybe just to save one farmer house, or there's some smaller initiative. We can work with them. I like them, but on a larger scale, it's nobody has right now this idea. And we have something similar in Italy, and I heard something also in Spain with the €1 house. You can buy a house for €1, then you have invest 50,000 other euros, and then you have to live, I think, two-thirds of a year there. But it's just one family again, and there's one family, there's a family. Maybe they're solving the problem in South Italy. I think it's a good idea, but not for a long time, because after this family is getting older, they don't have so much relation to this. And we have in Europe, I mean, I like Canada, I don't want to speak nothing against American, but we have some towns who are 500, 1,000 year old, much more older sometimes, and they're really beautiful. They have old castles, they have old buildings, they are really, towns with our own history, with the building has their own history. And when you like to live in a house who's, I don't know, 600 years old, you can say this is my own house, and you get this just for for 20,000 euros, and can live with your family there. I think it's a wonderful possibility.
This is a wonderful innovation and entrepreneurial story, and I really wish you the best on the journey. How long are you into your journey of building the business?
So 5.5 months right now. So we have two customer communities already in Saxony, one in Saxony and one in Saxony-Anhalt, and some others in Brandenburg and Saxony who are will join them very soon.
And you did mention that you were a startup that was spun out of a university initiative initially. So do you have an academic background to what you're doing?
Yes, I have a academic background in economics and finance, but also some family background in real estate. So I had always this interesting in history, architecture, and all the kind of stuff. And we get supporting of the University of Potsdam, who my colleague and I studied, and we get some support of their startup system or startup initiative.
Well, we're at the Creative Bureaucracy Festival. This is an idea that is deeply creative and solves a problem of the bureaucracy. So I think you're beautifully exemplifying the spirit of the festival here. And I'm really glad you gave us some time here. And thanks so much for making time with our audience. And people are going to be really excited to hear about this. Thank you.
I hope, and have a nice day. And thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Thanks for tuning into the Creative Bureaucracy Festival and the podcast tent. Sounds great. Thank you so much. That is a great story. I absolutely